WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. Noxubee County deputies are searching for a gunman tonight after a deadly shooting. Coroner R.L. Calhoun says that the man was shot to death is 30-year-old Jamarcus Scooter Taylor. Our Cash Matlock spent the day talking with investigators and family members. Has more on the story.
Sandra Kelly is Jamarcus Taylor's aunt, but she says she felt more like his sister. Sunday night, just before 8 o'clock, she got a call she'd never forget.
As I got here, the traffic was backed up, and I had to park a few blocks and walk. And after I got here, I discovered his body.
It didn't take long for Coroner R.L. Calhoun to confirm Kelly's fear.
Jamarcus Taylor, 30-year-old African-American, was sitting inside a vehicle on the passenger side at Airport Grocery when he was shot fatally.
Kelly says she doesn't know why someone would shoot her nephew.
I don't think he had any known enemies, but of course, he didn't live the best lifestyle, and none of us do. But there were some things that we had spoken with him about, the different company that he was keeping, different people who he was, spending time with that we disapproved of.
She says she believes Taylor and his shooter knew each other.
I'm disappointed that somebody could actually come and take his life and just leave him there. And, it's just, it hurts really, really bad because Jamarcus was a very loving person. He had a big heart, great person.
Investigators say they are following leads.
At this time, we don't have any motive, but we do have a suspect and we do have witnesses. So we are investigating it. We should be bringing it to a close soon.
The Mississippi Bureau of Investigation is also assisting in the case. If you have any information, call Golden Triangle Crime Stoppers. A Tupelo man pleads guilty to child pornography charges in federal court. 32-year-old Shane Engelis of Tupelo pled to possession of images showing minors engaged in sexual conduct. The case started in May when Tupelo police arrested him for possession of child pornography. He faces up to 10 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. He will be sentenced next year. It was a deadly Thanksgiving holiday on Mississippi's highways. 10 people died on state roadways from November 27th through December 1st. The Mississippi Highway Patrol wrote more than 6,800 tickets along with 95 DUI arrests. Troopers also investigated 185 crashes. 2 of those fatal accidents happened in our area. Dennis Beach of Foxworth was walking north on I-55 in Montgomery County on Saturday when he was hit by a vehicle driven by Gregory Cornelius of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Beach died at the scene. Yesterday, a head-on collision on Highway 15 in Union County killed 2 men. Christopher Farr of New Albany and George Williamson of Memphis both died at the scene. Other fatal crashes were reported in Holmes, Rankin, Sunflower, Humphreys, Simpson, and Marshall counties.
Throughout the year, not just during Christmas time, we want this to be all around because a total of 10 fatalities during the Thanksgiving holidays, that's just, to us, it's unacceptable. And we would love for that number to be 0 during the Christmas holidays.
MHP will have travel enforcement periods with extra troopers on the roads during Christmas and New Year's. Lowndes County's interim sheriff is officially on the job. In one of his first official duties, Greg Wright attended this morning's Board of Supervisors meeting. This is his second stint as interim sheriff. Former Sheriff Mike Arledge stepped down at the end of November after choosing not to run again. Wright lost to Eddie Hawkins in the Republican primary in the race for sheriff. Hawkins won the general election and will officially take office in January. Wright will retire from the Sheriff's Department at the end of the year. Monroe County will soon be looking for a new road manager. Sonny Clay says he's scheduled to retire December 31st. Clay has been with the county for 25 years. He was instrumental in the recovery efforts from the 2011 tornado outbreak that nearly wiped Smithville off the map. The longtime county road manager has also helped with the Hamilton area recovery efforts. At one point, he served as road manager and county administrator. Clay says he has no big plans once he retires except to hunt, fish, garden, and do more church work. No word on when a replacement will be hired. A broken sewer line is closing at Tupelo Street for 2 days. Jackson Street will be closed from Gloucester Street to Robin Street tomorrow from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. The street was also closed much of today. The spokesperson says crews are working to repair damage from a sewer line break.
We've got an area of high pressure off to our west in Texas, and those flow in a clockwise motion. So what's happening is we've got all this colder air rushing in from the north and the west, and that's allowing us to feel really chilly on this Monday evening. We're down to 40 right now in Columbus, but when you factor in those northwesterly winds, it's feeling like 36, and that's only going to go down from here. So overnight tonight, we've got a lot of those Christmas parades going on. One in Louisville happening right now. The Starkville one just kicked off. Columbus happening at 7 o'clock. We've also got one up in Amory. Expect temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. But once you factor in the wind chill, once again, it's going to feel like the mid to upper 20s. Definitely want to bundle up. The good news is no rain expected. Going to stay mostly cloudy through the evening. Now, there is some rain in the forecast coming up. I'll break that all down for you coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks a lot. High school gymnasiums are key parts of any communities. The gyms host sporting events and activities that attract people from around the area. One school district wants to create an identity for its gym, and they are asking for the public's help. Allie Martin explains.
The first day back after Thanksgiving break, and boys and girls varsity basketball teams are practicing at the Boonville High School gym. Although the gym is 13 years old, it is still called the new gym, but that is about to change. The Boonville School District is asking the public to come up with a new identity for the facility.
Rather than naming it after an individual, we wanted it to be called something like a moniker, similar to the Humphrey Coliseum at Mississippi State, the Pavilion, Southern Miss, their stadium's known as the Rock, something similar to that. And so we decided to have a contest to name our gym. And we've had over 75 entries thus far, and the participation in this has far exceeded our expectations.
The superintendent credits that response to a strong sense of school pride that is promoted throughout the community among current and former students.
Our motto is together we're better. And so everything we do it together. We succeed together, we fail together, we get better together. And the naming of the gym is just another example of that. And I don't know that the board had anything in mind when we decided to do this, but we've been pleasantly surprised with the direction it's going, and this thing's taking off like wildfire right now.
A committee will narrow down entries received to 3 choices, and the school board will pick a winning entry. In Boonville, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
Now, anyone can participate. Just email your entry to nameourgym@boonvilleschools.org. The deadline is this Friday at 5. The winner gets an all-sports pass for all home games for the rest of the school year and the 2020-2021 school year. Some Calhoun County students are getting some help in overcoming a language barrier. EL is an English language development program for Vardaman Elementary students who come from non-speaking English homes. Over 80 kids are enrolled. The students get extra instruction time in writing, speaking, listening, and reading skills.
Very successful. As a matter of fact, last year, with our state testing, for accreditation and stuff, our EL students received 31 out of the possible 35 points. I'm so grateful and thankful to be working, and I feel so useful being able to help.
The enrollment rate for Vardaman Elementary School's EL program is steadily increasing year after year. If you want to brave the chilly temperatures, the Christmas season is on and on full display around the area tonight. We check in on parade season when we come back.
You're watching WCBI's News at 5 with Joey Barnes.
Welcome back, everyone. The turkey leftovers are almost gone. Black Friday is behind us. Now the Christmas parade season can begin. Several area cities are lining up tonight, including Columbus, and we've dispatched our chief Christmas elf, Scott Martin, to check in on all the action. Scott?
Yeah, Joey, we're here at the Columbus Christmas Parade where the lineup is getting started, and the theme this year is Christmas movie magic, and these guys right here, they have some movie magic that they are making here at the Columbus Christmas Parade. Now, it starts at 7 o'clock tonight, so you still got some time to come down here and get ready to watch the parade. Reporting live in Columbus, Scott Martin, WCBI News.
The man is in his element. He loves Christmas. All right, a Tupelo congregation is branching out, you might say, to fund its mission projects. Cornerstone Church is selling Christmas trees at its Tupelo location. The program is called Buy a Tree, Change a Life. The trees were donated, so all of the money goes to international and local mission work.
100% of the proceeds, 100% of the money that comes in through the purchase of Christmas trees is going to go back out. So nobody's giving to the church, we're giving through the church and able to help people in this Christmas season. And so we're so excited to help our orphanage in Cambodia and here with Plantersville Middle School and a Christmas program for them. So we're excited about that.
The trees are sold during normal office hours at the church on Briar Ridge Road. Certainly a cool night, but a fun night to put you in the Christmas mood.
Yeah, it definitely feels like Christmas out there. I'll say it. You know, it's cold, you know, seasonably cold. Not too cold, but definitely want to grab the jacket if you're headed out the door. The good news is no rain out there today, but it did stay mostly cloudy through the day. Now, we won't have to deal with any rain for the next few days, but it is back in my 7-day forecast. I'll break down the timing for you coming up right after this.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with meteorologist Trevor Burchett.
Well, unfortunately, we can't get a view of the Starkville Christmas Parade from here, but it just kicked off, and I'm sure Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson and Andrea Self are having an absolute blast out there. It is cold, so I hope they've bundled up. We're down to 39 already in Starkville, but once you factor in the wind chill, it's already feeling like 34 as these clouds slowly start to break up across the area. And it's really cold everywhere you go. We're 40 right now here in the Friendly City, 41 up in Tupelo, 41 in Aberdeen, near Amory, where they've got another Christmas parade going on. Cool down in Louisville as well. We are at 40 and 38 right now in Ackerman. Now, compared to where we were this time yesterday, it is a big change, a little bit of a sticker shock if you're heading out the door. We're nearly 10 degrees colder right now than we were this time yesterday, thanks to that cold front coming in. And as I mentioned, that high pressure bringing in some colder air from the north and west. So definitely chilly. Want to grab the jacket as you're heading out to all those Christmas parades and in evening activities. Now, I mentioned we've got this lower level of cloud cover off to the north and the west. That very slowly is making its way off to our east, I should say, and that's going to help us clear out just a little bit. We're going to replace that with some higher clouds, and the lack of lower level cloud cover is going to help us stay much cooler through the evening, a lot cooler than we were compared to last night. So taking the future temperatures all the way through tomorrow morning as you're waking up around 7 a.m., most everybody is going to be in the 20s. We're going to be 29 here in Columbus, 27 in Starkville, 29 as well in Tupelo, in the 30s in Vernon and Fayette, Alabama, but still pretty chilly and below freezing for everybody overnight tonight. So here in Columbus, I think we'll hit 27 degrees. Like I said, clouds starting to clear out. Lighter wind, thankfully. So as you wake up tomorrow, that wind chill won't be quite as bad, but definitely still going to be on the chilly side through your day. We'll start out in the 20s by around 7 a.m. Warming up quickly, though, in part thanks to all that sunshine we're going to see through the day tomorrow. A lot more sun tomorrow than we saw today. Those clouds are going to continue to break up. We'll get into the low to mid-50s through the day before we cool back down into the 40s after sunset. Now, I've been mentioning these rain chances starting to ramp up as we get into the latter portion of the week. We're starting Futurecast at 3 p.m., and you can see we've got a low pressure off to our west in Oklahoma. And as that scoots closer to us through the day on Thursday, I think most of the day Thursday is going to be dry, but we do start to see a little bit of rainfall scoot in here by late Thursday night into early Friday morning. So this is Friday at 5 a.m. You see some showers off to our west. Some of that activity starting to push in here. I think by the morning hours of Friday, we'll start to see some off and on showers through the day. But before that, Really nice weather, a mix of sun and clouds through the middle of the week. Temperatures back to near 60 for Wednesday and Thursday. Chance for some morning showers on Friday. Hopefully most of the day is going to be dry. Saturday and Sunday both looking good as well. Possibly a few isolated showers on Sunday. Not a washout though. Better chances for rain and storms going to return to the picture by Monday with highs close to 70.
Well, thankfully, I know it's a little cool, but thankfully we'll have some time to dry out.
Yeah, we need it after this past weekend.
Yeah, it came down in buckets.
It did. I think everybody's had a surplus of rain for the next few days.
All right,
we can do without it.
Thanks, Trevor. Well, the search begins to find the next head coach of Ole Miss football. More on the university's decision to move on from Matt Luke next in sports.
WCBI Sports with Tom Ebel is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
For the third time this decade, Ole Miss football begins the search for a new head football coach. Keith Carter and the athletics administration choosing to move on from Matt Luke on Sunday. It'll be the first big decision for newly named athletic director Keith Carter. Carter saying the move a step toward improving the overall morale around the Ole Miss football program. Carter says he'll handle the majority of the search, similar to what landed Kermit Davis. The AD saying that's the kind of hire he wants to make.
Ultimately, you got to sit down with people. You got to look them in the eye, and you got to talk about, a shared vision. You got to talk about them wanting to be at our place, wanting to build our program, wanting to be at Ole Miss. And I think when we were with Kermit, he was the last person that we interviewed, just based on timing, and we knew within 5 or 10 minutes that it was different. And I think that's what I'm looking for here. I want to sit down across from somebody, and when you see in their eyes what their vision is, how excited they are for our opportunity. All those things, and they have to fit the mold, a lot of the things we've talked about. But that's what I'm going to look for, and I think that search is going to be a very valuable resource as I go into this one.
In the meantime, Carter says defensive coordinator Mike McIntyre has been promoted to interim head coach. Mississippi State senior center Darrell Williams named SEC Lineman of the Week for his Egg Bowl performance. Williams was the Bulldogs' highest graded lineman, didn't allow a single pressure, and helped pave the way for 210 yards rushing in Mississippi State's 21-20 Egg Bowl win. It's Williams' third career honor from the SEC. The final weekend of the high school football season is here. Time to name some state champions for the 2019 season, and it all goes down at the Rock in Hattiesburg. Taking a look at the schedule for Friday and Saturday for the Mississippi High School Football State Championships. Friday, 3A, Noxubee County taking on Jefferson Davis County. That's the 11 a.m. kickoff. 3 p.m., the 1A Class 1A State Championship. Nanawaya taking on Lumberton, 3 p.m. kickoff. And then the nightcap for 6A, Oxford versus Oak Grove. That's a 7 p.m. kickoff. For Saturday, 4A, Corinth takes on Poplarville, the 11 a.m. kickoff in Hattiesburg. 3 o'clock, that's Charleston taking on Taylorsville. That's the 2A state championship. And then 5A, West Point taking on Picayune at 7 p.m. Go check your local listings. My Mississippi channel, that's where all the games will be broadcasted. It's there, I promise. Go over to our website, WCBI.com. If you want to find more information as well, you can do that as well. And then tune in this week as we preview the WCBI area teams that will be competing for a gold ball. Our state championship previews starting tomorrow with Nanawaya and 1A. We check in with Noxubee County and Corinth on Wednesday and finish with the big boys, West Point and Oxford on Thursday. Kickoff happening Friday morning. We'll have all the coverage this weekend, Joey, as we wrap up the high school football season for 2019.
And your local listings for?
The My Mississippi channel.
That's right.
Or go to our website, Facebook, Twitter. We got all the information there. Go tune in.
It's always fun to watch these teams compete for a state title. We're very fortunate in this area to have a bunch of them.
Yeah, of all 6 classes, we have 5 area teams competing. Just like last year, we had 4 out of 6. So we'll see if we went 4-0 last year. North Mississippi did. So we'll see if they can keep that trend going in 2019.
That's good to know. All right, thanks, Tom. Well, we'll be right back. Stay with us.
A lot of the Christmas parades for tonight already underway, but if you're heading out to the Columbus Parade here in about 30 minutes in downtown, definitely want to bundle up. Wind chills in the 20s as we get into the 8 o'clock hour. Good news is we warm up through the next few days, closer to 60 for Wednesday and Thursday with a mix of sun and clouds. Rain chances do start to increase late Thursday into Friday. Friday overall looking pretty nice, but there will be some spotty showers. Weekend looking pretty nice too, back closer to 60. Rain and storms return for us on Monday with a high near 70.
And Tom, you better bundle up. You're running right out of here to go join the Columbus
if
parade, aren't you?
Columbus, we'll be there. The whole sports team.
Yeah, 38 already outside.
Can I ask Hattiesburg, Friday, Saturday?
Pretty good.
There you go.
You love to hear it.
You don't want any rain?
Nope. Never.
All right, thanks for joining us, everyone. Have a good night.